Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my small passion journal for July. Let's get started. So if you've seen any of my July setups so far, you will know that my theme colour for the month is lime green, and I'm also going to be bringing in some of the turquoise that I used in my July monthly setup in my passion planner. When it comes to doodles this month, I'm just going with triangles and some other geometric sort of patterns across the page. As you can see, I'm starting with my July cover page, so I'm just lettering in July in this sort of geometric font using a green Crayola super tip, and then I'm adding a little calendar for the month in my grey Stabilo fine liner. I've sketched out all of my designs for my geometric shapes before I started recording, so I'm just going over those lines, not being particularly careful with how straight they are with my grey Stabilo fine liner as well. So as with my June setup, I've picked 3 variations on lime green to use as my colours for my journal setup. So the first is this lime green Crayola super tip, and then I'm also using a Sharpie S Note in a kind of turquoisey colour and a green passion marker, which was a lot more neon than I was expecting when I started using it. I'm also adding in 3 triangles in the bottom left hand corner of my cover page to just highlight each of the colours that I'm using throughout my setup, and then I'm going to go in with my grey Faber-Castell pip marker to create a little border on each corner of the page. To finish off the cover page, I'm just adding some washi tapes. These are from an old set that I got from Paper Chase, and I thought that the geometric lines of the green washi tape especially really fitted with the vibe that I was going for with this setup. Moving over to the left hand page, and I'm creating a quote page for this setup, and again I've taken this quote from one of the July quotes in the Passion Planner. Because I cover those up every week, I really like to pick one that I'm going to take into my passion journal, and I'm just lettering it in using all of my theme colours for this month. This is also a great way to practice my lettering because I'm not very confident in it yet. So the quote for this month is "Don't let yesterday take up too much of today," and I thought that was really fitting because I'm really trying to de-stress from the stress that was June. I've used the turquoisey green Sharpie S Note to create this kind of sans serif font for the word much, and then for yesterday and today I'm using my green Crayola super tip to create some faux calligraphy by chunking up all of the downstrokes. As with my June setup, I want to keep this really simple so that it's not too much for me to take on all at once, so I'm just finishing off this quote page by decorating it with some more triangle shapes, which I'm then going to colour in with my 3 theme colours for the month. And I'm sorry if you can hear any yowling in this video, but we are still looking after our friend's cat, and he really likes to remind us for an hour before his dinner time that it is nearly his dinner time. So obviously this isn't the ideal time to be recording a voiceover, but it's the time that I have today. With this triangle design in the bottom, I really liked the idea of the 2 triangles overlapping to create the darker colour, and then the bits that aren't overlapping being the paler colour. But that's it for my quote and cover page for the month. Now we can move on to my trackers. So aside from the colours and the triangle design, this is pretty much the same as I set up for last month. So on the left hand side I have a big sleep tracker, and I've just showcased the reason that I don't use my metal rulers on pages that have like a bend in them because there's not too many pages propping them up. So I've moved over to my plastic ruler. This tracker is basically a big table where I have all of the days of the month down the left hand side, and then hours from 8 PM to 10 AM on the top. I'm then going to create a bar across the day for the amount of time that I was asleep, and then colour it in based on my energy levels for the day. So we're kind of tracking 2 things in one with this. So I'm just lettering in the title for the page with my green Crayola super tip and my grey Stabilo fine liner, and then I'm going to start decorating. So for this page and quite a lot of the pages in this journal, I'm using the green section of the Florals and Foliage sticker book from Passion Planner, as well as some washi tape from my stash and some more of those triangle designs. I cut some of the stickers in half last month and really liked how it looked, so I've kept that theme going for this month, where I've just got one half of the sticker on each side of the table. In the top right hand corner of the page, I'm just going to add in my key for recording my energy levels for the month, and then I thought this page was looking a little bit empty, so I decided to add in some more of those triangle decorations around the sides of the table. Initially I was just going to leave these as the coloured pens, but then I thought it looked a little bit weird, so I've gone over it with my grey Stabilo fine liner to create an outline, and then a few more triangles for good measure. Moving over to the right hand page, and this is going to be my headache tracker for the month. So I use what you would probably consider a traditional mood tracker in a bullet journal as a headache tracker instead. So these 4 smaller triangles along the top are actually going to be my key, and then I'm going to draw in all of the design that you can see in pencil and then fill in each section for the level of headache I have on each day of the month. And again, I'm not being super precise on how straight these lines are, I'm just kind of sketching them in. I was going to number all of these triangles, but I actually forgot until I started using this spread, so they're not going to be in this video, but I do have them numbered now. I'm then going to flip the page around so that I can add my header for this page, and I'm using the same font combination that I used in my sleep tracker, but I figured because I had a lot of space on the right hand side of the page, I would just add it vertically instead of trying to squeeze it across the top. I'm then just going to fill in some of the white space that was left with a little bit of washi, and then we can move on to the next spread. So I'm changing it up a little bit for this page. I didn't use the highlights page that I created for June at all, so that one's gone out of the window, but I did use the important dates and the favourites. So this spread is going to be my important dates and favourites on the left hand side, and then because July started halfway through a week, I have my first journaling page on the left hand side. No, on the right hand side. I don't know my left and right. So as I did last month, I'm creating my important dates section using my grey Stabilo fine liner, and then for my favourite section I'm using my green Crayola super tip to create a border on the top left and bottom right hand corner, and then using my grey Faber-Castell pip marker to create 4 almost post-it looking sections for what I'm watching, listening to, visiting. And this month I've changed up the reading to playing, like so video games, because I really don't read that much, and tracking what video games I'm playing is much more useful for me. So I've just drawn in these boxes pretty much freehand, so they're not perfect, but I'm not really bothered. And then I'm adding in the headings for each of the little boxes using a green Staedtler Triplus fine liner. Moving on to my first sort of half week setup for this journal, and I've decided to split the page in half horizontally and vertically to create my 4 boxes for Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So I'm now using my Sharpie S-Note to just letter in the days of the week, and then I'm going to go in with lots of stickers and washi to really decorate this page a lot. Again, most of these stickers are from the Florals and Foliage sticker book from Passion Planner, but I think a few are from some other sticker books. I can't really remember which ones though. I'm not bothering with my mini calendar on this half week spread because there's not a lot of space in the spread anyway, but I've just lettered in July in the bottom, and then we can move over to my first full week spread of July. For this spread, I've started by sectioning my pages into 4 horizontally so that I have plenty of space for all of my journaling, and then I'm just sticking in a piece of green tissue paper over one of the sections, which is where I'll have my title and my little mini calendar. As you can see, I'm just sticking this down with Pritt Stick and then trimming the excess off camera so that it's nice and flush with the page. And I really like using the tissue paper because not only can you see the dot grids through it, but it's not going to add too much bulk to my journal. The stickers will do plenty of bulking up though. Again, I'm using a lot from the green pages of the Florals and Foliage sticker book for this spread, but I'm also now drawing in some more of those triangles to add my theme kind of doodle to the page as well. Although this journal is a way for me to try and be a little bit more creative and do some more doodles, I really want to have all of the space that I can have in each page to really write down all my thoughts and feelings for the day, because that is the whole point of this journal. So as well as having some doodles, I really like to have all of this white space to just put my thoughts on paper. Next, I'm just going to use my Sharpie S Note to create a header for each day of the week, so I'm just drawing a line, not particularly neatly, across each section that I've drawn in pencil. And then I'm going to use my Grey Stabilo fine liner to letter in the days of the week and also add the dates of the week as well. Now that the glue has dried on my tissue paper, I'm using my green Crayola Super Tip to just letter in July, and then creating a bit of a drop shadow using my Sharpie S Note in that kind of turquoisey colour that I'm using throughout all of these spreads. I can then use my Grey Stabilo fine liner to create my little mini calendar for the month, and then the final touch for this page is a sticker from the Positive Pals sticker book from Passion Planner, which is this cute little cat, because this is the week that we started looking after our friend's cat Pablo. So here is the final flip through of my July setup. We have my quote and cover page, my trackers page with my sleep and headache tracker, and then a important dates, favourites and first weekly spread, and then the second weekly spread for the month of July. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!